All right. I don't know whether it's charged.
And I think it is still.
Yeah.
It's green now. It's green is still.
Okay, I think it's there. Okay. The volume is still coming. Hello. Okay. Okay. This is going to be the last.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap it up for tonight, and let's pick it up from where we stopped yesterday. So we want to start from where we stopped yesterday. I'll probably say we're going to start from the homework. So we were given the homework yesterday, so I'll start from our pastor.
What to do? Get F grade.
Okay.
I think the position of your camera was not all that okay. Okay, the reason is this.
Is it when you watch it or you are just assuming, sir? I just want to know.
Immediately you said it.
Okay.
I might just went there straight.
Okay.
That I did one of the things that was wrong.
Okay.
Okay, for instance, what I did was that I went in front of that. That's a bad media. By the time
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. You are forgiven, sir. You are forgiven, sir.
Immediately I realized, oh my God, what did I, you know today, what did I do?
Yeah.
I went this way.
Yeah, it's in the back.
Because I knew I did something that was wrong.
Okay.
So immediately you said, I said, okay, I was part of that error.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. That's one of the things that usually get the media people agitated, especially when they are shorthand. Because we do have cameras that are stationed in different locations. And in a situation whereby somebody just walk in front, it's so annoying because if you go back to watch it online and you were watching and you see somebody walking, the first thing that will come to your mind if you're watching from home, like, sorry to say that, is this person, can this person see? I mean, because that's what actually will come to your mind, that why would you walk in front of camera? Yeah. So it's so annoying that when the media team seeing people walking in front of camera, they are, it's like, yeah,
Because they want to be seen.
yeah, it's like you're getting, if you want to get under the skin of your media people, walk in front of the camera. Yeah. So thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Okay, brother, did you?
Well, from my own personal observation, I didn't watch yesterday.
Okay.
I slept off, man.
Okay.
I was even knocked off before we finished yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
before the stuff, as at the time we were doing the conjuring and projecting, I had also seen that I felt the positioning of the camera wasn't correct, but
Okay.
it's been handled by media. I handled media before I came.
Okay.
When I was at the Covenant Church.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
handled media. I streamed for them too. But
Okay.
you know, my expertise is not up to, because I only did it out of passion that how can we have a church like this and we can't live stream?
Okay.
So I just woke up one day and started reading online, and I told my pastor then that we can live stream. And I remember then the lady was coming for the World Conference then, and my pastor wanted us to live stream. So one way or the other,
You did it.
we did it. But
Okay.
you know, I just felt that maybe from your own expertise stuff, maybe you felt comfortable putting it there. So I didn't say anything with it. Okay, so it was an observation I had, and I remembered I wanted to cross like that when you gave me that stuff. I understood what it means.
Okay.
Because I've also experienced it before.
Okay.
Me, Mama Koran Kupuku in the pay,
Okay.
because we were short of hands too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
That was my observations.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I want handshake.
Okay. Okay. I will give you that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he got handshake because he especially understood what he did and he confessed publicly.
Yeah.
He's working in the negative faith.
Okay, my brother, did you watch the?
No, I didn't even know like where to watch it.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
it's my
for
bad. Okay.
Yesterday's media, maybe
Okay.
the chairs were
Okay.
okay at first,
Okay.
but our pastor moved it later until I could see what they were projecting
Okay.
on screen. So that's all I could do.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Reverend, okay, okay. 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 All right. Okay, that's good. We will rewind a little bit so that when everybody finishes talking, we will rewind a little bit so that you can understand. Daddy, the Bible says what God has joined together. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know what the video was. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you didn't know where the video? Okay, okay. So it's my fault. I should have provided those information. So I do apologize sincerely.
Nobody get an F grade today.
No, because those are the people that are being sincere that they didn't know. So there are some people that might know or that they still didn't do. So my pastor, okay,
Yeah, well, I would like to say what I observed.
okay,
Positioning of the wedding.
okay, okay. What's wrong with the positioning?
We are not covered, even showing that in
Okay,
anyone that goes on Zoom today.
okay,
We were just seeing heads,
okay,
no face,
okay,
no face show.
okay,
So maybe it should have been positioned appropriately to capture, you know, many of us. Even the presenter will be, you know, longing to
okay.
see the face of the person asking question or making suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that might be,
Okay.
you have a point, but I think that might be because of the position of this room. If this screen was not to be a small TV, so that we can put it somewhere ahead to more angulation.
Or even here, at the back.
Or even
Okay.
beyond the back.
I'll still come to that. I just want to know what everybody is feeling and what they're going to say. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will still come to that. Okay. I just want to know. Yeah. Mommy. Okay.
The video we were supposed to watch,
Okay.
I didn't know about that. But
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask us this question about what did we observe about. So what I observed, I don't know if this was part of it. You were streaming on, live, right? Okay, so we didn't take care of our environment initially. But Pastor came to move things around. I don't know rightly or wrongly, but I thought you should have spotlighted all of us, at least to see the participants.
Big guys.
Okay. Man.
Oh, but you
That's very important. It's like you are opening your house to the whole world and you kept it untidy. People are going to see it. The media, before you project anything out, you want to make sure that you clean and clear everything. Because that's going to cause distraction to people. When people are trying to see, when they are trying to look, they see food, then the mind can go there. Ah, what could be in the box? Is it chicken? Is it... Because mind traveled a lot. And whatever you have in the environment could determine how people will concentrate. So having not only food, having things that are not kept tidy can distract. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Okay, Daddy.
I'm zero. Media is one of the things that I'm zero.
Okay.
And I come with a empty slate to pick as much as possible. Up till now,
Okay.
not been running any media in our church. This is
Okay.
50 years. So
Okay.
I really come with an open heart to pick as much as I can.
Okay.
So at the time, I may not even be able to observe what is on.
I think, but actually, I think the Lord will bless the Eastern Church. I think you might need a paid staff on a stipend to handle your media. Somebody with that expertise.
That's what we're coming
That's why I said we need money.
Yes, another area. Maybe I can shift this into another area, even as our church that will need money. Is probably need somebody. Are we on camera off?
No, it's off. Yeah.
We're off.
Oh no, we are on.
We're on.
Yeah.
Okay, but you probably need somebody in the children's church to each train expertise, preferably people who are biracial or who can speak various languages. The children's department is key to the growth of the church. Somebody who is trained, it could be part-time staff.
Yeah.
But somebody is trained who can handle the children's department. Somebody who is biracial, multi-languages, so it can be more comfortable for other cultures and have that confidence, not only to, so that will go a very long way. But I think for your church particularly, you might need a real person in media. If you can't take full time initially, maybe somebody part-time.
We'll just come around
Yes,
2-3 days,
yes,
work with us,
yeah.
put things right. Yeah. That's my consideration.
After this program, the first thing I think we need a new location.
And the Lord has granted.
Because my head is now like this. A new location
Lord-
is
the
what
Lord-
we
the Lord has
going to
granted.
work on.
The Lord has granted. You know,
Thank
Brother
you.
Victor challenged us, think big. Think big. And I
Going to
believe,
move into a very good part of town.
yes,
I don't
yes,
see us continue where we are.
yes.
God will do it.
That's
Yeah.
also part of
And with all
it.
this, with this hotel and everything,
Yeah.
and then going higher.
That's also
God.
part of it too. Yeah.
God will do
Whenever
it.
you're doing business, particularly, I'll give an example. In the kind of business that I do, 3 things matters. Location, the second thing, location, the third thing, location. Set up among the rich and the poor.
Yes.
I've learned it in a hard way. If you set up among the poor,
You think for.
you become poor. Jesus said the poor you always have with you. Set up among the rich, but never neglect the poor. But location.
All right. Thank you, Mommy. What did you observe?
What I observe is about, you talk about media as a vehicle of communication yesterday.
Yeah.
And when we are doing meeting this morning,
Okay.
you know, Pastor keep telling you that, have you put it there? So I will look at you that,
You know, like,
are you not ready? I'm thinking that, that is what you said yesterday. So what happened that I'm not ready?
Oh, you got to answer it. I think the woman are bringing the answer.
I said something. I said something yesterday. I said media is not something you can come 1 hour before service
Yes.
and be able to survive. That's why pastors has to work with media. You can't do trial and error on the fly.
No.
All the things that we're using now, we're supposed to have tested it
Yes.
before. We're supposed to have tested it at least 2-3 times. It's not something that, oh, it is when we are ready to use it that we're struggling. It doesn't work.
And I remember,
Yeah.
to Brother Abudele's credits, during the trip to Baltimore, he came way early. Not only that, he charged me, Brother Dayo, I need access to the church in the morning before the administration is going to come because I need to go and set up. He told me, it's almost like I need to go now. That you will see the urgency of a media person, somebody committed to the work. But he doesn't at that point in time, there was some other issues I was trying to sort out.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, yes, to his credit, media is so important, very, very critical. And if it's not set up way before then, it's really something that doesn't work at all.
So, like Pastor have said, the setup that we have to practice. That does not mean that something might not still go wrong because it's technology. But the chances are far, far reduced if you have prepare, practice, try before time. But it can still happen. It can still, even the bigger church. I follow Crefodola Church, I follow TD Jake. Sometimes you will see Pastor Crefodola will be saying, okay, he's waiting for media to project or to do something. Or when he's repeating himself, when the mic is low and they're working at it. Stuff still happen. But if you prepare, the chances will be reduced. So I like that you observe that what's going on. And that's what gets some people agitated again. And sometimes if the pastor has done what he's supposed to do by giving the material way ahead of time, and the media did not do what they're supposed to do, sometimes pastor can lose spirit if care is not taken. It can lose spirit, and then just, I think 2 or 3 Sundays ago, in our church, we have this moving light. We call it rotating light. We put it on top of the LED. And after the praise worship, after the special ministration, pastor has to go up the altar. And pastor went up and started, the spirit was still flowing. Meanwhile, when the choir stepped down from the altar, one of the lights, for one reason or the other, just started spinning and making noise. Wah, wah, wah. But because the choir was still stepping down, we couldn't hear. And when the choir stepping down, pastor started praying to start ministration. The word started, and pastor was looking. Everybody we were surprised. We didn't know where the sound was coming from. And then pastor was saying, okay, he was trying to signal to us, he was looking that we should do something. And then, because we control the light from the back on the computer, we were trying to look what is going on. They said that light is making us. There's really nothing we can do. That noise, we shut down the light from there, that thing is still doing wah, wah. And the pastor just did like this, oh, this needs to be fixed. Then he has to step down from the altar. Quickly, we have to put in the flyer online so that people online will not know what is going on. And then pastor has to step down back to his seat. We have to carry ladder, take it up, and go and remove the plug. That was when it stopped. And when it stopped, the choir still have to sing for a while before pastor can get back to his spirit. Because at that time, there's no way it can continue. That thing is like, it was just looking like this, and it's trying to, he just say, oh, this light needs to be fixed, and then step down from the altar. So sometimes, sometimes technology, as good as it is, sometimes it can cause distraction. One thing I love, one of the pastors that I love, I don't know how he used to do it, is Baba Deboye. If you follow him also, you will see, even when the mic is making woo, it will just be, Baba will just be talking gently, it will still continue talking. I actually don't know how he does that, because personally, if it is me also, I don't know if I can cope. Because when something starts distracting you. So media has to make sure that they minimize. Because as much as they are there to help the pastor with the ministration, they can also cause distraction.
Yeah.
And that's why the media people are very careful. They are the ones that know how to walk in the church. You see people, some people, when they're working in the church, they just walk. You can't see any media that will just, it will walk, when they want to walk, it will look at pastor, make sure that he's walking, is not going to distract, or anybody ministry. And if they're going to go to the front or close to the altar, they count their step. They make sure, because those can cause distraction. And that's how media people are trained. They are wired when they're in church. They look at the setup. They look at where they can go, when they can move, where they can go. So, all right. Let's go to...
Wow.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good to imitate you.
Oh, okay.
Because of teachers. You see, I so much love the media. You know, I learned a lot yesterday.
Okay, sir.
I was like a layman to media department. I must be honest with you.
Okay.
Why was it so? Is because my son, Kenny, had been in charge. If I touch anything like this, oh my goodness, it was him. Daddy doesn't when he's out of the place. So he doesn't allow any of us until when he moved out of Baltimore. So somebody else take off from there. Yeah. And even the person that take over from him doesn't allow us to even go there at all. So the only thing that he does for us on Sunday is just, oh, take your mic, clip on your suit, and that's all. So yesterday when we were down, I said, wow, there are a lot of things that I don't know about the media that, thank God that I'm hearing it for the first time. But at the same time, there's something that I want to point out.
Okay, sir.
When I was called to lead a prayer, you know, I just stood up, I was going to lead my own prayers. Normal, you know, unlike my Baltimore where they would say the handover. So I didn't get anything. So I think when it was about finishing the prayer, now you try to hand over the mic to me. I said, already, it's too late. So that's the only thing that happened. So come and give me my file.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you have a question.
I observed something what you said.
Okay.
You know, in a scenario where there's a kind of distraction,
Okay.
right? And you mentioned something very important.
Okay.
That the media have to put on something else to cover the.
Yes.
Many times, some don't.
Yeah.
Some. That's why there should be a connection and a kind of attentiveness from the media to whoever is at the front.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In one of the things with those is that we have a crew that are back, inside, and there's a crew outside. We have a headset we use to talk to each other, to communicate. But whoever, there's something we call we call the person the driver. That's the person that controls whatever is happening inside to go outside. So for example, here now, there's different set of people that will be on camera, different set of people will be on computer, and that little thing that you're seeing, different set of people will be on it. Whoever is on that thing determine what they see outside. So that person is the one that can control, and that person always see what is going on outside. It will be the one that will be looking outside and be controlling. So if you have like 5, 6 cameras, it will be one that will say, oh, camera 1, you're live. Camera 2, you're live. Camera 3, back to 4. I'm on 3 now. Give me drummer, or give me pastor, give me, and it will be switching. So you'll be talking to whoever is on that camera. Cam 1, I need the drummer. Cam 3, I need this. Oh, no, reduce the light. It's too clinical. So that person, that's his job or her job, to make sure that whatever is going to send outside has to be something that will portray the church very well. So when something is going on in the church, like a drama, a little drama, that person has to quickly react and put something online. And then if there is a drama, he has to reduce the volume, make sure that the volume is not going outside. So that's the answer to that. Back to what Daddy just said, Pastor.
Pastor. No.
Yeah, but just in a quick response to what you said, it's good, sir, that you don't have anything to do with the media, but at the same time, you want to support them. You want to make sure that even though they say don't touch, you want to encourage. You want to always ask them, do they need anything? Is everything okay? Because the media always want the pastor to communicate.
Let me give you an example of what you have said.
Okay.
There was an elderly man in our church. He went to Baptist, this Ogumo show or something.
Seminary.
Okay. So, my son, Kenny, was the head of the media. So, really, we need a new microphone and mixer and all those stuff. So, I don't want to be like, so it's my pastor, his son, you know, and maybe the whole family, they are the one. So I said, no, you cannot do it. Except what I want, the pastoral team to decide on. And the man said, no, Pastor, you are wrong. Call that boy. He knows more than you. He knows more than any one of us here. So he knows what he's looking for. And to be honest, the boy came, he did the presentation just like the way you are presenting it. The guy stood before us, he did all his presentation, everything. He compared the product with the price and the best and everything. I was just sitting like just looking. So I said, go ahead.
Okay.
The guy get the best product for us.
That's good.
You know, that's why I so much, I love what you are doing, what you have said to us, because it really opened my eyes to the thing that I don't know before. So I really love it, so great.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Pastor.
Yes, I think even though we are very limited, but I think we need more hands. It was very obvious that 1 or 2 or 3 hands would have been better for us in addition. And I got, even that has been my thought process, but I see the way you explained right now. Look at how it works in a good setting. Somebody is communicating with this, somebody's on this, somebody's on this, but I think Busola I was looking for Busola yesterday to at least do some things, maybe clear the clutter or get some of this stuff that we had printer everything all here, or to help at the back there, but I know he's probably busy setting up many things, or but I think we need more hands. That's my whole stuff. It's part of the preparation and the delivery. Other than when I came here today, I didn't want the clutter around here, so I moved everything to the back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of us for that observation. Okay, you have a question, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, first thing, I was wondering if pastors can learn media, and this is my reason, or one of the reasons. Sometimes someone has prepared a message, like a Monday, Tuesday, for Sunday, like 6 days ahead, and got everything ready. And maybe that night, sometimes I've heard preachers say that I had a different message. God just gave me a message today or just this morning. And he told us that the media needs to get the information well ahead of time, to get everything ready, to set up on Sunday morning. But if pastors just give that person like 8 a.m. on Sunday that this is what I'm going to preach on today, that might not give the media person ample time to prepare ahead of time. So I am thinking that if pastors also learn about, media things, stuff like that. So if the media person, because like when you're looking at people work differently. Yeah. Some people can work under pressure. Some people cannot. They get pissed. I can't just see that the guy doesn't come to church again. When he asks to say, oh, pastor is always giving me his message 8:30 in the morning. I can't work like that. I know. I get pissed off, and even if I'm paying them, people cannot work in such an environment. So I was wondering if pastors can learn some of these things, like maybe simple thing like, okay, like get your slides ready and everything like that, so that if the media person is not able to do it, or you're getting this message across late, then you can just send it somewhere, maybe on the computer, through your email or whatever, just get it across and set it ready, so that when the media person comes, they're able to work in an environment they can work. I don't know if that works now.
Can I make a quick input before you respond?
Okay.
Right now, the New Covenant Church started kind of come from a group called the Global Media Group, which is a global team all over the world. In fact, they actually met this month, but because of this conference, I'm not there. We meet on Zoom every month, and then it has to do a lot with more rapport stuff and the rest of them. But one of the things that we have discovered all across New Covenant Church globally, media sucks. So I was actually still going to tell Brother Gode because I'm going to involve him in the project. So they've now agreed that there will be a Zoom training. There will be delegates from each of the local centers all over, and they will come on a specified training module, so to say, to just know generally about media. Yes. So pastors will help on it. I'll also give the information across to us. It's probably going to be somewhere between now and April next year, when it's all put together, maybe some series of Zoom lectures and the rest of them. But my take is this: no matter how much pastors learn about media, you can't do it. That I will leave it to the expert to talk about it. It's just like you learn about pulling teeth, then I give you to come today, come on, pull teeth.
I think pastor learning is very important, like Sister Christine.
No, you will learn, you won't be a novice.
If you look at Joel Osteen, he said before he started his ministry, he was helping his dad with media, and that was what helped him. So you can see, I don't see any church that has beaten him with media. Even the way he talks, the way he moves, everything is like he's focused to make a good presentation out there. And I think what helped him with what they mentioned now was because he was trained in it when he was helping his dad before he took over the ministry.
No, it's good that the pastor cannot be a novice.
Yes.
But the fact remains that the media is so complicated that it's difficult for the pastor.
But to know so much, like for example, when you left and you gave it to Busola to manage, if you see the first 3 productions,
yeah,
people called us in Nigeria, they were laughing at us.
No, but let me tell you the truth. I still love Busola because Busola took up the challenge.
If it are not because of Busola, Brother Budele, we won't be using.
Are we live?
Yeah, you can take it off. I don't know whether we're live or not.
We're still live. So maybe we can.
Okay, take that off.
Yeah, we can. Let's just respond to. Oh, you want to?
What I was trying to make was at least.
I understand the question. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That slide, adjusting whatever is adjustable.
Okay.
And put it on maybe USB or
Okay.
just put it up on the system for media guys to take over.
Okay.
In a simple manner, not the complex
Okay.
idea.
Okay. Is there an answer to it or a contribution?
I hold my peace.
No. I just want to ask. Is it a contribution? Okay. I'll let everybody contribute, but let me just chip in something. Maybe that will help. Pastors has a lot to do. They are the head of the church, and the church has various departments.
General manager.
Yes, pastor is the general manager. Pastor Dayo just talked about children department. There's women, there's janitorial, there's prayer. They're all different departments. Pastors has to delegate. I don't think it is right for pastor to want to do everything. And that's why, as God is providing people to church, the delegation should continue going on. I agree there are some things that pastor cannot delegate, that he has to do by himself. But some other things, pastor should learn to delegate those things. Let's go back to media now. Our sister said something. He said sometimes it will be in the morning that the pastor will come up with a message because God just changed the message. That is right. If a media head or a media person is, I don't want to use this word, but that's what it means, is rebellious against pastor, pastor need to find a way to talk to that person. Because pastor is call of God. He receives instruction for the church. And whatever pastor says, everybody in the church should follow. Because he's the pastor of the church. My own submission is, if one would not be ready to listen to his pastor, the best thing would be to find another church. That's just my own belief. I have seen so many times, no, not so many times, on a few occasions, the pastor will change message in the morning. I've seen so many times because as a media, we also have a copy of order of service. And order of service is what we follow to prepare for what is going to go next. Many times, maybe after testimony, it's supposed to be prayer. And it's supposed to be, for example, I'm going to use Pastor Tunde, right? And this, my brother. The next prayer person that we have on the agenda is this brother. But pastor will switch it around and has Pastor Tunde to go. For media, it's a different people. Why? He is not as tall as Brother Tunde. The way we mount the camera, we don't want too much airspace. We would have prepared that Brother Tunde is going next. Maybe Mommy was the one that left before. We would have prepared that, okay, Brother Tunde is going next. We increase the height so that when he is coming in, it won't cut his head. The next thing we see is Brother Tunde is coming. Then much airspace. We quickly have to adjust or switch to another camera or do something. We won't say, oh, why the pastor has to change what is going on? No. Because we just adhere to follow the instruction as long as it is coming from higher authority. So, number one thing that I see that I might be wrong there is maybe pastor has to sit one-on-one with the head of that department. Try to let the person knows his duty and I will say the way the church leadership work. There's nothing bad from pastor knowing about it, but it shouldn't be that pastor want to go and do it. Yeah, it shouldn't be that pastor want to go and do it. Oh, because I can do it. Because pastor has so many things. Yes. Unless there's nobody to do it. Sure. But as long as we still have the media team, they have to be the one to do it. Even if pastor is about to enter the church and the Holy Spirit speaks to him to do something, he just gives the instruction. If those team has been trained and pastor has really trained them as the head of the church, they will not complain. If they are complaining, then they have a rebellious heart. And that will be a different way to treat them. So, is it bad for pastor to know about media? No, there's nothing wrong about it. In fact, it will help the media team because when they are talking to the pastor that, oh, pastor, let us show you this thing, because when you are doing a presentation for your pastor, you want him to go along with you. What we are using for our streaming costs $23,000. Before a pastor can sign up for that, he has to have interest. Yeah, you have to be able to convince him. The TriCaster we're using is a board like this. It costs $23,000. But this kind of camera, we have it before we can buy it, because a pastor can see the production, and before you can't even discuss something of 2,000 with pastor. But we have to create interest. We have to be a good servant, yeah, for him, and he can see the production. He can see the changes from where we were before and where we got to. And COVID now make things more easier for media people to convince pastor. So, back to your question, I think it might be more than pastor changing the message. Maybe pastor has to have one-on-one with that fellow. If it is somebody that they employ and is doing like that, they fire him. Yeah. I mean, that's just it, because if somebody is being paid for and is complaining, then you can't complain. Yeah. Even though it might be inconvenient, but since it is the Lord, it's not that pastor is not prepared. It's not that a pastor that will come every Sunday morning. That is his own. Yeah, that's a different thing. And you have word with pastor that it doesn't work this time, we need it this time, but pastor is just not prepared ahead, then it's a different situation. Does that help at all? Okay. All right. So, Pastor, do you still want to say anything?
No, I think we're good. I think for sure that's the truth. We all need training at various levels for this. Now, yeah, the truth is this: it's not easy for a pastor to do any of these things. By the time you get the message ready, particularly if you have to type it out, or in Microsoft Word, or you need to make a PowerPoint, it takes a lot of effort. And God bless you, you don't have a location yet, you're packing instrument and moving instrument from place to place. Yes.
Okay.
So it's a good thing for everybody to be trained, honestly. But there should be, if you want things done well, commit it to the people with the appropriate expertise and let them handle.
All right, thank you. Pastor, Mrs. Dyer, do you have? Okay. Mommy, do you have any?
Yeah,
okay.
he said part of what I want to say, but my thing is, as much as it's desirable, not that pastor will know it for the purpose of being the one doing it, but I'm the kind of person that I want to understand a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Like you were talking about your pastor, you told him $23,000. He could put money down because he understands to some extent.
Yes.
So I'm interested in knowing this so that in case somebody does not show up,
yes.
at least I can fiddle with it
Yes.
and get something that I can do.
Yes.
But not that pastor should know it to now be the one doing it.
Yeah.
But of course, in a growing church, where there are not many, one of the reasons we don't have media and everything, all of our people, you have to put rope on their neck to do. So if it's something we have money and we can do it, I will be in church and I will do it before all of them come there.
Yeah, I mean, if you start doing it, you will see them lining behind you. Yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah. So okay, now before I show what I want to show today, me just round up with what the setup we have. Like everybody has a very good observation. Yes, the position of the camera is awkward. The best place to position the camera in this type of situation is not having one camera. There is no way it can work. Yeah, we need at least 2 or 3 cameras minimum. One camera should be at this location because you want to have a direct shot of the subject. That's why we should have one here. Another one should be here to angle people, and another one should be here to angle people at a minimum. So when somebody is presenting and the one that is here will focus here. As you are nodding now, maybe the speaker is saying something and somebody is responding and nodding. The one here will focus that person, and then whoever is there doing the thing will switch. And people at home will see. When somebody is writing, as the pastor is writing, another camera will focus in. That's what's going to get the interest of people watching at home. Yes. And then that camera will also show everybody. So we switch around. So instead of putting it here, trying to use one camera to do all those things, that's why we have the awkward moment.
So let me ask, for a moderate space,
yes,
of let's say a church auditorium of between 2,000 to 4,000 square feet space, so you need about 4 or 5 cameras.
It depends on how the church is organized. Yeah. It depends on how church is organized. At least you need a minimum of 2 cameras. Minimum of 2 cameras. Because you don't want to be with one camera and be moving like this. You see the eyes of people like this. Let's say I'm the one leading now and I'm praying and I'm going like this. Because there are some people that pray that move fast. You can't be panning. You do a wide angle, and then you have another one that will be maybe quarter, half, or close up. So a church needs at least a minimum of 2 cameras. So that take us to this little budget that I have. If we want to look at this, I try to come up with something like this for a 2 camera. This Sony camera will provide a very good quality image for us with these 2 lenses. It's going to run us about $1,000 or $1,100. All this budget is still under 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we can go lower than that. That's why I did the budget starting from 3,000.
I'm not saying, I'm saying, is that cheap?
Yeah, we can make it work with that. Of a $3,000, we can begin our media. Yeah, as small as that. It's just that, and there are some other things that, as we're starting, we can use the free one. Like the streaming software, we can do OBS for now. It's free. Okay.
For this and a small church, like maybe 100 congregation, how many people minimum do we need to have in the media?
Minimum. At least 2 people.
Who do this work?
If they are willing. If they are willing.
Willingness.
If they are willing. Because when I took over our media in our church, let me just let you know, media is not something that people really want to join. Because 1, you have to come early. 2, nobody gets to see you. It's not where, to be honest, that you show up. Yeah, you know, some people show up. Yeah, you are hidden there. If you're not hidden, you are outside and you are carrying camera. So it has to be people that really want to serve. That really want to serve. But you get to learn a lot. That's what pastors should express to people. The blessing is there. That's what I used to tell my team. I said, I can't quantify the blessing that I'm getting for serving God. Some of them, I told them, look at, you guys can see the blessing that I don't need to tell the blessing that I'm getting from church. To God be the glory, I've never had to go and meet my pastor and say, oh, I need 5,000 or I need 10,000. It has never happened. It will never happen. Yeah, I used to tell them, you say, I never have to look for job. I never have to look for house. I never have to beg for anything. It is because of the service to God. So I use my life as an example for my team. And whatever you need, just ask God. He's going to do it. So if pastors can let people know the blessing, that is not what is going to bless them with, or saying thank you to them that is going to make them to want to serve. If the pastor can let them realize that that blessing is going to come from God, people will be ready to serve. Because it requires somebody that wants to serve. Because to be honest, it's fun, but it's not that easy to do. It requires a lot of sacrifice. Yes, ma'am.
From experience.
Yes.
Does it make sense, or is it doable to look for maybe a 12-year-old smart that the parents come to church early and you think, oh, this boy, does it make sense? Is it workable to focus on such ones and train them?
Actually, that's what we're trying to do in our church now. We have met with the parent a couple of times that we need the kids because we are trying to transition to them now so that they can also take over. Yeah, although there are challenges because 1, they want to be on their phone, they want to talk to each other. So we have to constantly and with media, you can't be distracted. Once you're distracted, you show up outside. People would know if you're supposed to click the next song, you're talking, and people who are singing are reading something, they will be like, what's going on? Or you're supposed to project something, prayer, you're projecting songs. You're supposed to switch from lyrics to scripture, you are not doing it, it's going to show up. So we have to constantly be on them and try to train them. But it's something that we encourage. Yeah, because those one will have longer time of serving in church before the transition. Yeah, I have a couple of ladies in my church that they are very, very good. But my prayer is for them is to get married. Once they get married, we never know where they're going to end up. So, well, the boys or the teenager are going to stay a little bit longer. So that will be something I will recommend. But it's only require a little more extra effort, but it is good.
I want to say something on that.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how the state is, as a JJC here. Yeah, because you can't bring fully your knowledge from Nigeria, but I discovered the challenge that comes with media. I'm not a media guy.
Okay.
But I'm someone that if I pick something, I understand it faster. I mean, all I just need is to have maybe a material and a video, and YouTube is the best
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You understand? So, but I discovered that the challenge or the issue of media really comes from the point of, just like I said, commitment, and that commitment is because media is demanding. It's even after service, when others felt the service is over, media is still working. They will have to provide flyers, put some quotes from the scripture, from the service and the stuff. So, because we had that challenge before I left Port Harcourt, in which my pastor is not really media savvy, but all these things, he understood then totally. And he was someone that was so passionate about the issue of having some media, but a lot of time which I don't want to go through. So what I'm trying to say is, on the issue of media, the reason why we really don't have people in it is because it's demanding, it needs extra stuff. Now, on the issue of children, because I remembered when I brought up the issue of next live stream, Pastor also brought the issue of children, but parents were hindrances there.
Okay.
They were hindrances because I remembered those little knowledge that I had on live streaming that I did it with one person. And the person I work with was the person on sound.
Okay.
So there are times that I will have to send in that organ to quickly go. So the productions were not that too
great.
Stuff. So Pastor asked us to bring in some children to work. But I discovered that the problem came from parents too, not being ready to release their kids on time. Schools, they have to do extra lessons, all those stuff.
Okay.
It hindered them from coming to school on time, sorry, to church on time. So I think those are some of those challenges related to the issue of media.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. But the reason why we're talking about this is because we don't have people. And we want to make use of what we have. That's why we're saying that, okay, we can use the children if they're the one that is available. It's better than not doing anything. We still have to start from somewhere. So that's why I just want us to have an open heart so that we don't say, oh, because we don't have anything, we won't make use of what we have. So with the permission of pastors, whoever location that is ready, if they work with pastor, I'm willing to work together with those locations and see what we can put together. It's only easier when I see maybe the picture or how the location look like. It's easier to prescribe the best way to do the media. But I just want to encourage everyone here. If you have not had a media, it is time to start it. It is, we can't wait any longer. Yeah, we can't wait any longer because it's a way of proselyting. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The cameras we have there,
Okay.
are they specific or it's like, I'm trying to look at the cameras that I have.
Okay.
I have the Sony, but I don't know whether it's the same Sony with this one.
Okay.
And also, I have one, is it Nikon or whatever?
Okay, Nikon camera. Okay.
So both of them can record.
Okay.
They can record. But I'm not sure whether they have HDMI cable. But I think it's likely to be just the ordinary USB camera. So I want to know. What I'm going to do, I'll send the pictures of those cameras to you.
Okay.
So that we can be able to see if they are all adaptable to your specifications.
Okay. We want to, these days, we don't want to produce anything less than 1080p. Any camera that cannot do HD. Okay. The resolution, what I mean by HD, the resolution should be at least 1098, 1290 by 1080p minimum. Yeah.
Some of the recordings I did when we went to Canada,
Okay.
I used one of the cameras.
Okay.
And I uploaded some of them. I think they pick some of them from the media kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know much about that, so I don't know the specifics.
Okay. If
I
you
can
send
take
them.
the picture,
Okay.
and then I'll send them.
Okay,
to
okay.
Sony one, Nikon.
Okay.
Because they're just lying now.
Yeah. As long as it can do the job, I just would not recommend anything that can have an output of less than HD right now. Yeah. HD is still acceptable. If, as God is blessing us, we'll do 4K. And once also we have more blessing, we do 5K. Because there are 5K now.
This video switcher, how does it look like?
It's a mini one. This is a switcher, but this is way more than this. You see, this one is just cheaper. This one is about 2,500. Yeah. Yeah. That switcher. Yeah. That's flat one. Yeah. Because that one can handle 4 inputs.
Okay.
Either camera or computer, because you can have a computer as an input, you can have camera, because for your lyrics and for your stricture, overlay, when you're doing overlay, you know, when pastor is ministering and something flash on, that's what we call overlay. All those one is what, as we are progressing, that we can do.
So how many switchers?
This one will handle, it will do 2. We have the one that can also do 4. But it's not going to be, remember the way things work in life, especially America, the more money you spend, the better you get. But at least there are still minimum that will still give you what is present.
Because
Yeah.
there was a time I was at Data Center.
Okay.
And they have what they call functional GS, which are gently used.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I think sometimes, that if one can get some of those things, because I've tried some of them and they're very fine. I must send something to some people. So what I'm thinking is that if we can get some gears that are not, they will even give you assurance, sorry, they give you insurance on it, that this thing will work well. So that's what I'm thinking. Then there's another site recently that I found out. They do auctions.
Do auction.
Auctions.
Oh, auctions. Okay.
Equipment.
Okay.
Equipment. Yes. Actually, recently I bought 2, what they call it. My son play clarinet.
Okay.
I bought it from there.
Okay.
And that was the time I bought some speakers. Some of the speakers we're using in the church.
Okay.
We bought it from there. And they're just about, when I bidded, some of them are $75.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I mean.
All of these brand.
Okay. I mean, one thing I always recommend is before you buy something, put it on Google. See whether it's not outdated. because technology,
Has moved.
it's, yeah, there are some computer now, you can't use it to run streaming. You will just realize that, yeah, even some of the one we're doing here, because we're doing wireless, it affects. Number one thing, if you're setting up a streaming, you want to do Ethernet connection, hardwire. Yeah, I would never recommend using wireless to run. Yeah, if you remember, Pastor, that's what I keep saying when we're going to Baltimore, that we need hardwire connection, because otherwise your stream is just going to be good. Yeah, and then number two, you want to make sure that the memory on the computer is at least minimum of 8 gig. I recommend 16 gig. The processor has to be at least minimum of iCore 5, 7 is good, is great. So those are some of the things that are very necessary.
Thank you for that, because I was asking Blake.
Yeah.
Is it Blake?
Yeah.
This evening, is it the other guy?
Busola.
Busola.
Yeah.
I was asking Busola that I had a problem.
Yeah.
Because I have a little experience about some of these things. We're using a Lenovo laptop.
Yeah.
And I find out that's so difficult.
Uh-huh.
It's big until I have to go and build up a desktop.
Yeah.
And now, simply, once I just put in the HDMI and start it, it's better.
Yeah.
But the only problem is moving it.
More portability.
The solution to that, we have what we call the transmitter and receiver that you plug in on top of the camera. You plug it to the back of the camera, and that camera you can move it anywhere. And then a receiver you plug into the back of the computer you're using. So that's what we call wireless transmitter. So you send the signal through the HD wirelessly to your receiver.
It won't affect, like you said, because of this Bluetooth.
No. As long as you are not having a wall in between, like for example, maybe you have it here and you are downstairs. Okay. It might be breaking. Yeah, if you're on the same floor, and there are some that are 300 feet each other apart. There are some that are 800. There are some that are 1,002. I can give you a specification on that, because we have like 2 we use in our church. Yeah, but the best connection is HDMI through the hardwire. That's the best connection. But if you cannot do that, because there are biases, there are hindrances, then you do transmitter. Yeah, I didn't put that one here because it's a little bit pricey. Yeah, but that's something we can also do. So, yeah.
Okay. vMix OBS. What do you recommend?
vMix is better because it's a paid version. OBS is open software, is free. You don't pay anything. The reason why vMix is better is that you could do a lot. You could do a lot of overlay, you could do a lot of stylings, you could input things there, you could do virtual, there's a lot you could do. And you know, when you're paying for something, And OBS cannot do 5K. vMix now can do 5K. Yeah, if you have a 5K camera and you're sending it to OBS, I think the maximum they still do with OBS is 4K. Yeah. So let me put the last slide and then we'll be done, because I know that.
While you're putting on the last slide, I think I support my sister. If you're going to get any young person, the minimum is 8 to 12. And Jesus, if you look at Luke chapter 2, verse 41, and when he was 12 years old, he went up to Jerusalem according to the custom of the feast. You know, Jesus started the critical work of ministry from 12. From 12, you can begin to expose kids. That's some sense of management and decency. Now, Jesus eloped his parents here. That's why I could be in church. Otherwise, I get your point. But if they are becoming too young, 11, 10, 9, they might not be able to handle stuff. Yeah. Concentration will elope them.
Even those age, you still have to be on their neck. Yeah. So the teenagers, they are always teenagers. Yeah. So I also have this for us as a link that we can get those things if we are ready. But I can be of help to see what we're gonna get, and those that we can get for free, we'll get them for now. Just to make things going. I think there's still one more slide after that. Or is that it?
Yeah, in this setup.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
In this setup, I think within the church, I've not seen screen in the estimate. Do we still need screen like projections in the church?
Oh yes, we need. I assume that many. Yeah. Okay.
We are zero.
But you get 50 inches screen for $200 now.
What inches is this one?
And this one will be 70 something or 80. This one will be, yeah.
So 50 is okay.
It depends on how big the church. Yeah. Yeah. I always suggest two. One this side, depending on if it is as wide as this, I will say two, because you don't want to put anything in the center. The center has to be free. Another thing that I also notice is if you look at churches now, they don't put something on the altar anymore. Altars are free. It's only by the side that the instrumentalists are. I know that some churches still put, few churches still put drummer. No, the center should be free. Only the side should just have the instrumentalists. And when choir is going to ministry, they come and they go back. Whoever is going to minister next go, yeah. And so that the altar will look clean. And then there will be screen here, actually 3 screens. One will be here for this side of the congregation, another one will be here for this side of the congregation, and one will be at the back, so that the choir or the pastor who's minister can also see. And the timer should be on that screen. Now, we don't use different timer anymore. We put the timer on the screen. On top of the screen like this, if we use something like this Pro Presenter, it gave us the option to put a timer on top here. So it makes it easier for pastor, the minister that is ministry, to keep the time and to, yeah.
So, you know, there's some now that don't have the screen. People on the pulpit, they don't have the screen looking at it from the
and that's what we call the monitor. These days, they're trying to run away from that, yeah. But the monitor, they will put, the monitor, the other side is the speaker, the inner side is the screen. Yeah, is the screen. So that, but these days, we don't look at floor anymore. So that's it. Then it depends on the setup of the church. If it is a bigger church, it might be harder to look. Yeah. Yeah. So it depends on the setup of the church.
The pastor may have some high problem with the seats.
Also, you know, some church have beam, like this kind of beam. Before you get to the end,
yeah.
you just
put it there. Yes. So the location of the church, I mean the structure, the architect of the church will determine. So that is what I have for today. I know our time is. Thank you very much.
So much. God bless you.
Amen. Okay.
You know, when we were talking yesterday,
yes,
right, you mentioned about the software that will distribute the...
That's what I wanted to show, yeah. That's what I wanted to show, but I was surprised that it's not on the slide, because Blake told me it's not on the slide.
That software will be uploaded, will be downloaded or what?
Yeah, yes.
The PC.
Yeah, it will be.
Distribute the recording or the program on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all this.
Yeah, we're talking about this. Let's see, it is this software.
You need to know that software so that one can.
Yeah, so it is this software. I can log into it now and show you. I'll show you what is it. So this software, I'll log into it now and I'll show you. It's called Restream. So the Restream has the ability to send one stream. You will send one stream from your computer to the Restream. And the Restream will take that stream and then distribute it to as many places as you want. Although there is ability to send from computer to all these places, but it's a bad way of doing it that way, because if you are sending it from this computer to all these places, then your production will be slow, because this computer will be working harder. That's what we call a unicast and multicast.
Which one is the best?
Of course, this setup is the best. The old way of doing it is to do it from the computer and be sending it to, yeah. But it killed the resources on the computer. So that has to struggle. But now, you just pay a token for these people. This software, you just pay a token, then you send only one to them. Then they will now distribute this one stream you send to them to many places. Let me log into it and show you now, because we have it. It's called a Restream. It's called Restream. Okay. This. Okay, so this is the software. This is the software. Okay. Okay, so this is that Restream. Okay, so this is the Restream. I'm just going to stop the stream now.
But show my work and not Pelu Phoenix.
Huh?
Show my work, show my that one apart from Phoenix.